You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we've talked about in the last couple of weeks some details about the fact that the NFL would look at trying to get a move on with its next media rights deal. Well, it looks like Paramount / CBS, of course, Paramount just acquired Warner Brothers through a massive mega deal. It looks like them and the NFL is already discussing a deal right now, and they may come to one proactively. And what this deal would do is essentially CBS would pay / Paramount. Paramount's the parent company. Paramount would pay an additional $1 billion to extend these media rights deal that they got right now. So CNBC broke this news. The NFL and Paramount Skydance renewal talks on a deal to keep the league's Sunday games on CBS are beginning to take shape, CNBC has learned. NFL and CBS executives are negotiating a price increase with a bid-ask spread midpoint around 50 or 60%. According to two people familiar with the negotiations who asked not to be named because the discussions are private, CBS currently pays $2.1 billion a year on average for its Sunday afternoon games. CNBC has previously reported a 50% increase would mean CBS would pay more than $3 billion in its next deal. That's per year, folks. Currently pays $2.1 billion a year on average. It would go to more than $3 billion. Wow. In the return for the increased revenue, the NFL would eliminate the opt-out clause after 2029-30, and it would put in its original deal with Paramount, part of an 11-year agreement that runs through the end of 2033-34. That clause would have been given the league the chance to walk away early. So now the league won't be able to walk away in 2029. They'll have to stick around till 2033/34. CBS would begin paying the new fee as soon as next season for the next 8 years for the same package of games. Paramount's adjusted projection for its earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization for 2026 is $3.6 billion. If Paramount's merger with Warner Brothers Discovery is approved by regulators, the combined company would have adjusted its EBITDA projection of $18 billion. Paramount Chief Financial Officer Dennis Sanilli told investors this month, quote, "We have a phenomenal relationship with the NFL and we anticipate continuing for the foreseeable future." Paramount CEO David Ellison told CNBC earlier this month, "They are one of our most important partners. We plan for them to stay one of our most important partners, having just delivered a historic season in partnership with them. And, ongoing negotiations. We're not really in a position where we can comment. I promise we'll share something as soon as we have something to say." Comcast / NBC, Amazon Prime, Fox are also subject to the 2029-30 opt-out in their deals. Disney, ESPN, and ABC have until 2031. By the way, co-owned in part by the NFL itself. I'm still trying to figure out how that's going to work. That's the one thing that nobody brought up when the NFL decided to buy in to ESPN was the conflict of interest of the fact that they're actually showing the games and they're essentially paying themselves money. That's going to be, somebody's going to cause a stink over that. The league has chosen to begin negotiation with Paramount CBS before any other media partners because of the change of control provision. Stemming from Skydance's media acquisition of Paramount Global, it allows the NFL to break its deal by 2027. Interesting. The NFL might negotiate with Fox next after CBS because the terms of the deal should be similar. Both companies own Sunday afternoon packages, one of the people familiar with the matter said. So in other words, once they get the deal done with CBS, they're going to Fox. Probably a similar kind of deal would be my guess. Fox currently pays more than CBS for its package of games, about $2.2 billion. According to a person familiar with the matter, Fox will, quote, certainly look to be continuing that mutually beneficial relationship going forward. Yeah, but I did a video the other day as it pertains to that about Fox and how there's people that believe that Fox could be put under a financial strain if they have to pay very much more for the National Football League, and that some believe that Fox's value could actually, like the stock value, could take a big hit to sustain keeping the NFL on Fox's airways. The NFL also hasn't begun material discussions with Amazon, NBC, or Disney, according to people familiar with the matter. It's unclear if the league would look to push forward with a similar 50% increase for all three packages. So, what also led to this, you might be wondering? Well, the NBA. The NBA getting so much money from NBC and that media rights deal that it pissed off the NFL. Because the NFL, well, let's be honest, their ratings are, well, let's see, I think I saw an NBA rating the other day that was like 4 million. And so Sunday Night Football gets 20 million, 25 million. So you get the point. There's reason why the NFL would be pissed that NBC's paying more money to the NBA than they are to them. Wait a minute, we're way more valuable because we get way more viewers, way more eyes. And you might be wondering, why do these networks want to pay this much, even for the NFL? Well, the NFL is obviously the biggest rated show on television. And the other reason, for example, let's just say CBS. CBS and these other networks use the National Football League to push their own other content. For example, the new Yellowstone show that's on CBS, the one about Casey Dutton, Marshals. That was crammed down our throats during the National Football League season. And guess what? It came out yesterday. They've already renewed Marshals for season 2 because the first episode got over 20 million viewers. And I think was the highest viewed show of the week anywhere. And how was that promoted? Through NFL programming. As with anything else that's coming new, or any of their other, Tracker is a show, all these, the Equalizer, all these other shows are promoted through the National Football League on the, the Patriots versus the Broncos Sunday afternoon window. And the lead-in, the infamous CBS Sunday afternoon lead-in to 60 Minutes, which somehow still gets people to watch. And in part, that's the NFL lead-in is how they've kept some of their viewership up. Interesting. Wow. So that would lead me to believe that Fox, if they're paying 2.2, they're looking at probably $3.5 billion a year. I would guess 50% roughly. Wow. Yeah, because if CBS is going to more than $3 billion and they're currently at 2.1, you do the math. Or if they're at $2 billion, they go to 50%, 60%. Yikes. Unbelievable. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.